Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Mass Effect with FrozenFoxy. Last time we left off, we were up here talking to Joker. There's apparently a viewpoint that we can look at, and we had just become a Spectre. A number of people have been mentioning that we can go back and see tons of quests inside of the Citadel. And while I know that's true, honestly, I think I would prefer that we go do something different for a little while, you know? Just get out into the world and see what's going on before we go back to where we've been for so long. Anyway, let's see here. We've got something new with ships and vehicles here. I think it's this FTL Drive appearance here, because nothing else is blinking. New space travelers ask, what does it look like outside a ship moving at faster than light speed? Part of the answer can be seen in a simple pane of glass. Light travels slower through glass than it does through open air. Light also moves slower in conventional space than it does in a high-speed Mass Effect field. This causes refraction. Any light entering at an angle is bent and separated into a spectrum. Objects outside the ship will appear refracted. The greater the difference between the object exterior and subjective interior speeds of light, the greater the refraction. As the subjective speed of light is raised within the field, objects outside will appear to redshift, eventually becoming visible only to radio telescope antennae. High-energy electromagnetic sources normally hidden to the eye become visible in the high blue spectrum. As the speed of light continues to be raised, X-ray, gamma ray, and eventually cosmic ray sources become visible. Stars will be replaced by pulsars, and the accretion disks of black holes, quasars, and gamma ray bursts. I don't know why I added an "and" there, but you know, whatever. To an outside observer, a ship within a Mass Effect Drive envelope appears blue-shifted. If within a field that allows travel at twice the speed of light, any radiation it emits has twice the energy as normal. If the ship is in a field of about 200 times light speed, it radiates visible light as X-rays and gamma rays, and the infrared heat from the hull is blue-shifted up into the visible spectrum or higher. Ships moving at FTL are visibly at great distances, are visible at great distances. Anyways, though their signature will only propagate at the speed of light. I love that this is really well thought out with the science of how this would even look in space. This game truly does have some fantastic lore. Really does. What's up, Presley?
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Well, they're on our side.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
I suppose that's true. So, what are you thinking about the aliens on the ship?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
You should never turn away help, though.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
All right. Let's ask some personal questions about Presley.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
And now you're here?
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Cool. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like we've got some more codex entries going on here. We've got humanity and the Systems Alliance. Specifically, human diplomatic relations. Humanity has encountered many galactic species. Wars have been few, but mistrust is rife. Politically, the Alliance is a peaceful trade partner of the Turians. As a practical matter, however, there is simmering antagonism and bigotry between both populations over the First Contact War of 2157. The Alliance enjoys good relations with the Asari, though many privately believe the matriarchs are aristocratic and overcautious. Though humans know better than to unconditionally trust any Solarian, their shared restless, reckless ways make them natural allies against the conservative Turians and Asari. Man, tongue-tied tonight. The Krogan have no unified government, but individuals are generally treated as potential criminals, a reputation most Krogan enjoy living down to. The Alliance has no formal contact with the Quarians. Their migrant fleet has not yet passed through any human-settled system. The Batarians are rivals for control of the Skyllian Verge. They severed their treaties with the Citadel to prosecute a colonial conflict against the Alliance. Officially, there is no war, but neither is there any peace. Got anyone else to talk to around here? Not really. We could go straight to the galactic map here, but we've got other things to search out before we do that. And search we shall. Yes, indeed. Let's see, you two have anything to say? No? Alright. For a second, it looked like there was something in one of those lockers. What's up, Cade?
Anything you need, Commander?
Just looking for some personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Really? How about a tactical appraisal?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
It is true. It is true. We were, quite fast. Unfortunately, you don't seem to be giving me much information here, Caden.
Time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
So I'm off. Let's see if we've got anything going on over here. We have a sleeper pod. Let's check out what we've got in the good old codex for ships and vehicles. Specifically, crew considerations on starships. Cabins give each individual 10 cubic meters of space. On larger vessels, private rooms are common. As ships get smaller, the number of crew packed into a single wardroom increases. Asari prefer shared spaces, even on large vessels, while Krogan territorial instincts make it impossible for them to cohabitate, even on the smallest ships. On smaller vessels, hot bunking is the norm. Crew members assigned to different watches share the same bunk. When one gets off duty, he wakes up the other person in the bunk. While that crew man is on duty, the first gets his rack time. Spacecraft compartments can be isolated by airtight doors in case of decompression. The cinematic vision of explosive decompression is fiction. Hold compartments either take enough damage that occupants are killed instantly or leak slowly enough that they are able to reach protective gear. Compartments are equipped with emergency life support apparatus, fireproof plastic bubbles with air bottles, small when stowed, ELSA or ELSA, comfortably accommodate one individual inflated. Damage control procedure cuts off ventilation to burning compartments. Without oxygen to consume, fire dies in seconds, and you can let it go. The compartment is repressurized afterwards for crew's recovery. That joke was terrible. Mass effect fields create an artificial gravity, AGRAV, plane below the decks, preventing muscle atrophy and bone loss in 0G. Large vessels range their decks perpendicular to their thrust axis. The highest decks are at the bow, and the lowest at the engines. This allows AGRAV to work with the inertial effects of thrust. Ships that can land arrange their decks laterally, so that the crew can move about while the vessel is on the ground. Warships normally turn off their AGRAV systems during combat, reducing the heat generated by systems and increasing combat endurance. To provide a point of reference for navigating in 0G, floors are painted a different color from the walls and ceiling. Alright. Lots to see in the ship here. And hopefully, lots to converse about while we're down here too, because so far, Caden has not been very good conversation. So we could replenish our metagel there. I don't really think I care. What's up, Doctor?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I don't know. Is there anything you can tell me about? That looks like pretty much everything we know about. See ya.
Go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I suppose we should talk to these people once again when we've had a chance to actually do something more. I was really hoping that they would actually have something to say to us, though, because we've been running around the Citadel for quite a while. I think we might be able to get some new stuff over here, just because this is basically our office now. A personnel manual. Alright. Humanity and the Systems Alliance once again. Military ranks. The Alliance uses a modified version of the ranking system that has been used for hundreds of years. Soldiers are classified into rank-and-file enlisted personnel, experienced non-commissioned officers, NCOs, and specially trained officers. The divide between naval personnel and ground forces, Marines, is small. Ground units are a specialized branch of the fleet, just as fighter squadrons are. This unity of command is imposed by the futility of fighting without control of orbit. Without the Navy, any army is pointless. The Marines, as a matter of pride, maintain some of their traditional rank titles. For example, Marines have privates and corporals instead of servicemen. In ascending order of responsibility, the ranks of the Alliance are enlisted. I'm not going to read all that crap. Servicemen 3rd class, private 2nd class, blah, 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 blah. We've got NCOs, we've got officers. You guys can read all of the ranks. That's cool stuff and all, but ranks, we'll just skip that. We just know that they're a thing. It's all that matters. Alright. Let's see what else we got going on around here. I think that might very well be it. I thought that the captain's quarters actually had weaponry that we could pick up and take with us, but perhaps I'm remembering wrong? Or maybe that's something that happens later? I don't know. One way or another, not there. That's fine, though. Does not really matter if we don't get some extra weaponry just now. I'm sure we'll get plenty more in the future. What's up, Rex?
Nice ship you got, Shepard.
Yeah, isn't it?
What can I do for you?
I think it needs a little dusting, but can you tell me about yourself?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come on.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
That's unfortunate.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It isn't?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I see your point.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Touchy subject?
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Alright, well tell me more. What about the extinction?
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Yeah, it kinda sucks. Tell me about the genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
What? Why not?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
You could be the first one.
Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Alright, I see. I'll let you be.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Let's see what we got here. Some aliens and non-council races. Talking about the Krogan genophage here. The genophage bioweapon was created to end the Krogan rebellions. From the start, the Krogan had overwhelmed the council. Only timely first contact with the Turians saved the council races. The Turians fought the Krogan to a standstill, but sheer weight of Krogan numbers indicated the war could not be won through conventional means. The Turians collaborated with the Solarians to genetically engineer a counter to the rapid breeding of the Krogan.